Hello, welcome in everyone. Welcome to the Mimi Show. And why not play the song? The Mimi Girl. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Oh. Hello, Leslie. So good to see you, Leslie. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you, Lisa. Let's see. It's the Mimi Show. My daughter has a dentist appointment on the 13th, which is this week. So I need to let the teacher know that I'll be picking her up early one day on Friday. Let's see. We got a nice show for you guys today. And I hope you really, 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 really enjoy it. Rocky, did you get your treat I gave you? Hello, Demon Dictator. Welcome. I've been helping my friend look after his dad due to onset of dementia. Oh, I'm so sorry, Leslie. And it's up and down the hospital, so have been missing the lives. Oh, I'm sorry, Leslie, that you had to go through that. But I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you were able to help your friend. That's awesome. Hola, Cece. Hola, I got my, well, these aren't mine. This is Kara's. My husband's co-worker made her a gift basket. And this was in the gift basket. And so here we go. Don't you just love it? I'll probably be wearing this up until Valentine's Day, the lovers holiday. Yes, I remember when I was in high school, I used to wish somebody would send me some flowers and stuff to school, or even at the job. I finally got someone to do it. I know, I love it too. It is shiny. So what we're going to talk about today is Fergie. We're going to talk about Nancy, where she's at, Nancy Guthrie. And we're going to talk about the Epstein situation with Andrew. How do we feel about Andrew and the royal family now that this has taken place? Do you think the royals that this is hurting their brand, their monarchy? Is it hurting is, will Andrew be the downfall of the royal family? I know, me neither, Demon Dictator. I wouldn't get no flowers, no candy. And then when I did get it, I got it from somebody I didn't really care for. Who's hurting, Cece? Put a one in the chat if you got flowers for Valentine's Day. Oh, Leslie says, yeah, hurting the royal family. Definitely hurting the royal family. I was looking at them yesterday and I was like, how is this affecting them? You know? But it's almost like, how can you blame a whole family for something someone did in the family? Like, how can you blame the entire family? Like, oh, that's the family that had Andrew in it. Oh, that's the family that had Andrew, the essayer, in there. Demon Dictator said it will hurt them, but it will be okay. Why is it their fault? Do you think they knew more? Do you think William and Charles know more than what they're saying? I just wonder. Anyway, let's get started. I want to give a shout out to Danny Robinson, my girl. I saw her live the other day. It was good to see her. Exactly, CC. I'm with you on that. A whole apple, one bad apple can't hurt a whole bunch. They will be okay in time. So in time, CC believes they're going to be okay. Demon Dictator says that Demon Dictator said that it will hurt their reputation, but it won't take them out. They've dealt with scandals in the past, but not this kind of scandal. This scandal could be one that really, really mocks the royal family forever, scar them. But first it was Meghan and the racism. Now Andrew has superseded that. Yes, I love me some Danny. I think they must have known if he was my brother, though it's not something I would want to talk about, shout about. I know that's right, Leslie. Like, I'm just wondering, like, now that we know, how much do we know? How much information can I get from I'm thinking of my sisters. There's 4 girls, there's 4 of us. And just saying, if one of us did something wrong, how would we handle it in the family? We would know details. We would get the details. At this point, we would have detailed information about what's going on with that individual. It wouldn't be any shockers. What was Andrew doing on the floor with that one girl? What was he doing on the floor? Rocky, I gave you a tree to do. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Rockadoo. Rockadoo little. Rock-a-doo-little, rock-a-doo-little. You want a bacon treat? You do? All right, we're gonna start off.
All right, we need to make sure this breaks through, and in a
That was his interview. I didn't care for the interview. Let me go check on Rock-a-Doo-Little. Okay, we're gonna start off with Savannah Guthrie.
We're going to begin with what Savannah Guthrie says is an hour of desperation, and desperation is a word here, in the search for her mother, Nancy Guthrie. Savannah posted a new video on Monday pleading for help from the public as the search intensifies. Just hours later, a second deadline in an apparent ransom letter passed without any new developments. In that letter, someone claiming to be holding Nancy Guthrie demands millions in Bitcoin, 6 million to be exact. Jonathan Bigliotti is in Tucson with the latest. Jonathan, the pain is so palpable when we watch Savannah day after day, and everybody wants to do something. We all feel so helpless in this moment. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Gail, good morning to you. The family putting it well, calling this a nightmare. The FBI saying so far they have not been able to identify if this note is authentic. The family has not heard from the author of the note since last week. As this search now stretches into day 10, there's no suspect, there's no person of interest, and after that second deadline passed, still no proof of life.
We believe our mom is still out there.
Savannah Guthrie is now calling on the public for help as the search for her 84-year-old mother Nancy
I would love to have
into
you.
a second week.
I'll drop
if
the
you see
link.
anything, you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation.
I'll drop it again.
And we need your help.
Her plea posted several hours before the captor's second deadline from an alleged ransom note sent to news outlets last week. Kyle Vowinkle is a former FBI hostage negotiator.
It seems to me that the communications may have come to a halt, or maybe they made a decision not to send the money.
The FBI says it is not aware of any continued communication between the family and suspected kidnappers, or if the ransom note is credible. Over the weekend, Guthrie posted a message saying she and her siblings would pay the ransom, despite receiving no evidence of proof of life.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. And we will pay.
On Sunday, investigators searched what appeared to be a septic tank on Nancy Guthrie's property. They're also zeroing in on a critical 41-minute window during which her...
They're gonna find her. It's just a matter of when. And the Bitcoin people, the people with the Bitcoin, can't you trace who opened the Bitcoin? You can't trace it to like a bank account or trace it to an individual. Like, I was just wondering if that's something that they can do as far as to track who is trying to get this money down. They want it transferred through the ransom money. They wanted it transferred through Bitcoin. But I'm like you, where is this poor lady? This whole thing it doesn't make any sense. It's weird. The whole thing makes no sense. Yesterday there was a deadline. Now they are saying that no money is being transferred. What is really happening? Good question. Good question. I think the call as coming from the inside the house, The sister looks guilty. Demon Dictator. I was looking at her the other day, and even in her speech, she looks guilty. And I don't want to blame her just yet, Demon Dictator, but in that interview with Susan and her sister looked guilty. And who was the last person to see her alive? Her husband. I heard through the grapevine, her word on the curb, allegedly, is that they didn't have a whole bunch of money. So I'm looking at the sister too. I don't want to blame someone that is innocent. God forgive me if it's not her. But I definitely would be eyeing her. I think the call will coming from inside the house. The sister looks guilty. What do you guys think about the sister? Yes, I think they needed the money and they had a fight and panicked. Yep. Hit her in the head or something like that, and then had her. Yep. Yes, Demon Dictator. I see it. I see it. Hello, Fluffies. Good to see you. Daisy, I will have to look at her sister now that you have said that, as I didn't notice. Daisy, just take a look. Rockadoo. I can't even. Rockadoo little. Rockadoo-doo, rockadoo little. He is, I don't know why Rockadoo little is upset and growling at mommy. I just gave him 2 or 3 treats. Now, Daddy is not in the home right now, so maybe that could be an issue with Rockadoo little. Was they saying, Demon Dictator, did they say anything about the sister? That she looked like there was some deception there? And I did see the behavior panel. I didn't see it, watch it per se. I just saw a thumbnail with it saying that they did a behavioral thing, did a like a the behavior panel where they go and evaluate and look at the behavior, the body language, and try to give us more than that. Well, when she was speaking, her words it's something about when she was talking about what happened, the sisters plead. It just, something ain't right. Something ain't right with the sister. I'm looking at the sister. This is an inside job. This happened inside. And why would they send a ransom note to TMZ? That's right, Leslie. It is. It all does seem very odd. And hello, Pickles. Payne. Hello, Pickles. Welcome. Yes, he was howling, Daisy, howling at me. Oh, really? They're live at her home? Hi, Marine. Please hit that like button, guys. Okay, let's see what else is going on.
Home doorbell camera and pacemaker app were disconnected the night she disappeared.
What stands out to you?
Her, what was disconnected? Her surveillance, her security.
Pacemaker app were disconnected the night she disappeared. Home doorbell camera and pacemaker app were disconnected.
Her pacemaker app? Who would know that? That would have to be somebody that knows her. You know what I'm saying? How would they know to turn off her pacemaker detector? I wouldn't know that unless I knew that from the family. Because I was in the knowing. This is an inside job. This is an inside job. Hello, Demon Dictator. This is an inside job, guys. Exactly, Daisy. How convenient. Everything. I can't hear you, sweetheart. Demon Dictator.
You can't hear me?
Okay, now I can.
Okay. I'm telling you, this is so suspicious.
When she was being not interviewed, but when she was doing the plea letter, I was like, something ain't right. I kept looking at her.
You can feel it, can't you? You just know.
Yeah, I
You
wasn't
just know. And I think a lot of people are pointing the finger. I know because like the behaviour panel did one, and Scott Rouse, he's one of the behaviour panels, and he went on the news. But the problem is they can't say it because they can prejudice the case.
Right, it can mess it up.
Yeah, they can mess it. They can't say it, and it's not fair that you're going to point the finger at someone, accuse them exactly with no evidence. So they can't really say it, but they do some very
jumping the gun.
Yeah.
You can't really. I know that is so true, Demon Dictator.
They can get prosecuted and prejudice the case. So
exactly, it can even mess it up completely.
Yeah, prejudice it. But it's bizarre. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, the behaviour is a little bit bizarre. They kind of say it without. They're kind of saying it without saying it, if that makes sense.
Out of what?
They're sort of saying it without saying it.
Right. Right.
Exactly. If you were, if your mother was missing and ransomed, you would be hysterical and you would be displaying certain types of behaviour, whereas some of them were not displaying the correct behaviour, that type of thing. So they kind of said it that way. If that was one of my family members, I'd be on the floor like hysterical.
I would be too. I wouldn't be able to talk. Somebody else would have to read it.
Yeah.
But yeah, something's up. And like you said, it's being said but not being said.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. This is so something.
Yeah, Maureen, I've got to watch it again. I kind of had it on in the background. I wasn't really concentrating. But yeah, I think they were fair.
I'm going to see if I can bring up when the daughter was talking. Here it is. Oh, there's the body language, people.
Savannah Guthrie's mother has been kidnapped and is being held.
Is it that one? Okay, this one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Family. We want to thank all of you.
So they each says something, a piece. Okay. They look alike, Susan and her sister.
Yeah.
For the prayers for
And that's
our
their
beloved
brother.
mom, Nancy. We feel them, and we continue to believe that she feels them too. Our mom is a kind, faithful, loyal, fiercely loving woman of goodness and light. She is funny, spunky, and clever. She has grandchildren that adore her and crowd around
I
her.
want to
and
hear
cover
the
her
sister
weaknesses.
talk.
She loves fun and adventure. She is a devoted friend. She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
The light is missing from our lives. Nancy is our mother. We are her children. She is our beacon. She holds fast to joy.
Yeah, this is, you can just tell.
You get that feeling in it. You just get that feeling when you know. You just get that feeling.
You get that feeling like, ooh, it's a really ugly feeling too.
Yeah,
because
if she turns out to be not guilty, then a lot of people owe her an apology. But right now, it don't feel right.
Exactly. I would apologize. It just, and sorry about that. But there's something up with you, young lady. See, Daisy's now seeing it as well. She looks suspect. There's a suspicious situation going on. I want to thank you guys for joining me on my show. Please don't forget to hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed. Mwah. I think this is the first message from the family. Yeah, this was the first message.
In all of life's circumstances, she chooses joy day after day. Despite having already passed through great trials of pain and grief, we are always going to be merely human, just normal human people who need our mom. Mama, if you're listening, we need you to come home. We miss you.
Our mom is our heart and our home. She is 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile.
It's heavy. It's heavy on her heart that she knows something. She knows something. We'll just leave it at that.
She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive.
Why are they taking turns like that?
I think it's so that they all get to say their piece, and that the pressure is not on Savannah, all of it on her.
Okay.
They all get to say their piece to the captor. And
is the brother going to say something?
Yeah, he does.
Right. She needs it not to suffer. We too have heard the reports.
He looks distraught. The brother, he looks like he's not doing well. Like he's trying to figure out what's really going on.
About a ransom letter in the media. As a family,
Sunflower,
we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk.
All right, Greg, what do you got?
So I'm not going to talk as much about body language as I usually do. What I'm going to talk to you about is stress. And I worked in the stress lab on Earth, the RTL, the Resistance Training Laboratory, we called it in SEER. And it is probably the place you'll see the most stress anybody ever sees, to the point that you can break people literally with words and stress. We've seen Savannah Guthrie in front of a camera for a long time. We've actually talked about her on this show. And she is very fluid in her exchanges. She can shift gears very rapidly. But you can see she can't do that here. You can see what stress has done to her face, because all your mucous membranes, one of the big things stress does is turn off all your mucous membranes, because it dries up your eyes. I mean, after they cry themselves to death, and you'll start to see the sagging in your face. You can see it in her very, very effectively.
Yeah.
She's also very poised in front of a camera, but she has something in her hand reading. And that's because she needs to make sure that as a result of stress, her frontal lobe is turned off. I'll talk about that in just a second. That she covers exactly what needs to be covered in this letter. And that's the reason they're carrying this piece of paper in their hands. I'll tell you that you think you're brilliant, and you might be, until somebody's got you by the collar and is screaming in your face, and suddenly you can't think of the right words to finish a sentence.
Hello.
What happens, where our brains evolved, is for all the way from the brainstem forward into the cat or mammalian brain, then into the primate brain, and up into this big forehead we have, full of thought, full of logic, full of language. That stuff turns off in the same order. So under high stress, that thinking brain turns off, and you go into that cat-like mammalian or reactive brain. It's in fact how we at SEER teach people. We teach them under duress so that it comes back later. And it's the only reason that they can remember to do things. We actually were credited with saving Mike Durant's life from Black Hawk Down. And I probably just butchered his name. But this stress will cause people to behave in bad ways, even if they have a lot of experience in front of a camera. We're seeing that in her. We're seeing her doing exactly what she needs to do to get the message out. You want to see grief? This grief muscle we always talk about, it's 5 muscles that come together. She's showing it. Her sister is showing it. Her brother, not as much. And there's a reason for that. And then we'll see he's doing quiet containment except for his blink rate increase. She's showing that grief muscle. Her chin boss is up, and her lip compression, her way of containing all that emotion. So she's really feeling. Her brother, oddly enough, is an F-16 pilot. Probably a little calmer than most of us, even though he's probably not as comfortable in front of a camera as she is. So I'm not surprised he's all calm as he can be. And then you can watch the sister trying to do the right thing, holding onto the paper, doing this. Every time they mention their mom, though, you can see that emotion just well over them. It's really powerful. It's horrible to watch. Hurts to watch this one. I'd rather watch a scumbag get busted by the police every day of the week. Chase, what do you got?
Hi, Debbie.
Yeah, and first, any of us, I'm volunteering all of us, but we'd be happy to help in the case in any way that we can. We'd love to do anything that we can to help out. The facial expression we're seeing here is more in common with anger than sadness, most of them. And that's especially at the beginning. And it squeezes a lot of muscles tighter on the face in a kind of an unusual way. And I don't think there's emotional detachment here. I think it's tactical. I think it's an attempt to humanize the family without begging, and to evoke some kind of captor empathy is, I think, what they call it. But in these cases, the FBI usually steps in with good intentions and a safety first mindset. They have scripted every word here. They coach posture, and they aim to control every frame of this to kind of minimize risk and to prevent mistakes. And on paper, I think that makes sense. There's 3 big things, and these are well known, so I'm not going to reveal any secrets here. Don't promise ransom, demand proof of life, humanize the victim, don't show weakness. So that's kind of the problem here. Scripting emotion kills credibility. You end up with something that looks like a corporate PR statement rather than a desperate plea from a devastated family. And it's much, much harder to humanize somebody from a script and telling somebody to lock themselves down and where to put your hands. So the humanity kind of gets scrubbed out, and the grief gets flat. And that kind of delivery doesn't just, I don't think it just turns people off. It can damage trust with kidnappers. So the agents running these protocols are tactical experts, but they're working off of stats. So they have a spreadsheet basically that says, based on all these cases, people saying this word and that word and that word were successful. But we exist because words are not the big thing. The words are not what conveys the most emotion to other people. So the mainstream media is not broken at all. It is functioning exactly in facial incongruence, staring at notes instead of saying something. So
we say about what's going on here, guys. This is somebody's mother, somebody's life that we're talking about. So I agree with you. They're saying what's wrong. What the hell do you think is wrong? These people are trying to save their mother. That's a piece of it.
Yeah. And I'll just finish up by saying I don't think the fix is anything more than it's definitely not more polish. It's typically the fix of this is more humanity. You guide the message, but you let them speak in their own rhythm, and you coach instead of dictate.
Lives, they're there, and they've been there for a day and a half at this point. So emotionally, they're burnt out and they're robotic. They're trying to do what they're supposed to be doing, but going back to what you were saying, Chase, yeah, it's one of those things where you take the authenticity out of it in a way, because you say, I know how you feel, but this is what needs to happen. Now, they're I'm on the impression everything's being said is on the same sheets. Everybody has the same thing, because when they pause, one pauses, the other one knows when to go without looking at each other, without cueing each other or anything. So they're reading from the same script. I hate to say it like that, but it's not what we're seeing emotionally is there's no way to keep that hardcore emotion going. That's why you see Savannah when she makes those odd sadness expressions out of nowhere all of a sudden and looks at the camera like that. She's trying to show emotion, show she's sad, but she's burnt on doing that for real. I mean, back when it was first happening. So it's hard to imitate that, and especially in a situation where you're mentally numb, psychologically numb, and everything is just gone at this point. Your frontal cortex isn't making decisions right. It's all tied up. You've got your hippocampus kind of shut down because of all the stuff. All your limbic system is on fire in there, and has been for a day or so. So we're seeing them worn out psychologically. That's why it looks weird and feels weird to everybody. Now I'm going to say this is probably the second or third shot. I'm going to say it's probably the third go at it by the feel of the rhythm they've got there. So that's why it looks and feels so odd, I think. Mark, what do you got?
Yeah, so the two outside in the subject, they are breathing at the same rate, which would be sorrow. They're out of sync with each other. I'm not really concerned about that. They're definitely in.
Yeah, they're in some duress situation going on for sure.
Yeah. High stress.
High stress. Debbie, I watched the Epstein interview with Bannon, and it was boring. They didn't talk about what was going on with his life as far as being convicted. They talked about the financial situation, and that's where he wanted to, and that's what Epstein wanted to talk about, because that's where he's the happiest. But and like Demon Dictator said, I think you said this yesterday, that he really can't talk about the case at that particular time because he was still under, the case was still ongoing. So does Debbie Green.
Yeah, they did talk about some stuff, but it wasn't the big thing that people said it was. The big, expose. The big expose that people thought it was.
Yeah, it wasn't the interview of all interviews. Yeah, Andrew's interview was the interview of all interviews, because that's all they talked about was what happened in that house. And he denied everything. I could watch that again. I could do that again. Sunflower.
Which one?
Huh?
Do which one again?
The Andrew one.
Oh yeah, that was horrid.
It was. It was very
dirty. Dirty.
Did they do a body language analysis on it?
Yeah, they did. The behavior panel. Yeah, they did. It's very good.
Sorrow. The person in the center, they're reading the script. They're going to be a different rhythm because they're from a script. But you've got two people in emotional sorrow that's slightly out of sync with each other. Yeah. People will pick up on the fact that it looks like they're barriered. Everybody's barriered. But just as been said before, there's some scripts there. Also, they've been put very tightly together in the shot. There's some, and so they're close together. So you've got somebody hunched forward in order to let the other two into the shot. There may be a sense there, to your point, Chase, of them needing to look a little bit subservient there as well, potentially. I'm not sure of that, but there could be that as well. But certainly tight together in the shot. That for me is what is creating the barriers because of the tight space. When we've had video subjects that we looked at before, when somebody has been involved in a kidnap in some way, or a missing person, usually what you'll get, in fact, almost 100% of the time, I would say, let's just say 100% of the time, is you'll get some negatives about that person, some negatives. They'll be slipped in to give reasons for why this may have happened to them. There's no negatives about this person's personality, the way they comport themselves. It's all positives. Now, again, there's a script in there, but ultimately, if somebody was a perpetrator here, they deviate from the stress. Would be a different type of stress. They deviate from the script. They'd want to put something in there. They want to lay something in there.
He said if it was one of them, this is what they would want to do if they were one of the perpetrators. Did he just say that?
Go back.
I think
about that person, some negatives. They'll be slipped in to give as well, but certainly tight together in the shot. That for me is what is creating the barriers because of the tight space. when we've had video subjects that we looked at before, when somebody has been involved in a kidnap in some way, or a missing person, usually what you'll get, in fact, almost 100% of the time, I would say, let's just say 100% of the time, is you'll get some negatives about that person, some negatives. They'll be slipped in to give reasons for why this may have happened to them. There's
Oh, well, no. Susan's sister didn't come up with the speech. Susan came up with the speech.
No, the speech would have been done by professionals like the FBI or something.
Oh, see, there you go.
Specialist people. But they're talking about in other scenarios when there's a kidnapper, like they're talking to family or friends, they may say, you know, they had a bit of a temper or they were a big drinker and they may have gone missing because of, they may have had financial problems, or they will always give a reason why they think they may disappear. But in this case, there was no reason why she would have disappeared. That's what they're saying.
He said you would get a negative.
Yeah.
If we, you know, maybe like a negative word or a word that is, or whatever. But I'm getting a negative feeling. So
yeah, I think most people have
the same. Consider this right, exactly, Demon Dictator.
Yeah, there's a link between the husband. Yeah.
Exactly.
But they had a lot of financial problems, I believe, the sister and the husband.
That's what I heard. That's word on the curb is that the they had some financial issues.
Yeah. It was Maureen. They did a great one with Prince Andrew.
Yeah, it was really good. Bannon didn't ask the probing questions that should have been asked from, you know, inquiring minds want to know
about this person's personality, the way they comport themselves. You know, it's all positives. Now, again, there's a script in there, but ultimately, if somebody was a perpetrator here, they deviate from the stress. Would be a different type of stress. They deviate from the script. They'd want to put something in there. They'd want to lay something in there, a trail for you to take, so you'd have good reason to go, oh well, you know, maybe they deserved it. Maybe they're a bad character in some way. All positives. Now, I agree, Chase. It's a little bit overwritten of that as well. You've got some big metaphors there. The light, the beacon, the trials. It's quite epic in the way it's written, and therefore it feels a little bit too epic when you're right. It's likely that empathy is trying to be created between perpetrators here and victims, and this idea of normal human people,
right?
And yet it's written at quite an epic level.
Yeah.
Now again, that may be because there's some strong, obviously, Christian overtones in there, or spiritual overtones in there. That may be trying to create a link.
I like
maybe
Mark's
trying to,
interpretation.
you know, if the mother here is able to listen to this, be able to create a sense of purpose and sustain us throughout this. I'm not quite sure, but to your point, Chase, the way it's written may raise flags for people. I think what I'm saying here is they're probably the wrong things to look at in this particular situation, or you're being led in a way that you don't need to be led in this. So look, there are some elements there that under other circumstances might be red flags. In this situation, they seem to be
hello, Rob.
I won't say normal, or usual, but apropos, let's say, for this situation. Greg, what's your thought?
I think two of you had something going. Chase, you started off by talking about anger and rage. Anger and rage drive your nervous system to a pinnacle. It makes you aggressive. It makes you want to reach. On the other hand, sorrow suppresses your nervous system and pushes you down.
All right. We're going to move on, and I'm going to go back to...
We're going to begin with what Savannah Guthrie says is an hour of desperation, and desperation is a word here. In the search for her mother, Nancy Guthrie, Savannah posted a new video on Monday pleading for help from the public as the search intensifies. Just hours later, a second deadline in an apparent ransom letter passed without any new developments. In that letter, someone claiming to be holding Nancy Guthrie demands millions in Bitcoin, 6 million to be exact. Jonathan Bigliotti is in Tucson with the latest. Jonathan, the pain is so palpable when we watch Savannah day after day, yet, and everybody wants to do something. We all feel so helpless in this moment.
6 million.
Yeah, Gail, good morning to you. The family putting it well, calling this a nightmare. The FBI saying so far they have not been able to identify if this note is authentic. The family has not heard from the author of the note since last week. As this search now stretches into day 10, there's no suspect, there's no person of interest, and after that second deadline passed, still no proof of life.
We believe our mom is still out there.
Savannah Guthrie is now calling on the public for help as the search for her 84-year-old mother, Nancy, stretches into its second week.
If you see anything, you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
Her plea posted several hours before the captor's second deadline from an alleged ransom note sent to news outlets last week. Kyle Vowinkle is a former FBI hostage negotiator.
Seems to me that the communications may have come to a halt, or maybe they made a decision not to send the money.
The FBI says it is not aware of any continued communication between the family and suspected kidnappers, or if the ransom note is credible. Over the weekend, Guthrie posted a message saying she and her siblings would pay the ransom, despite receiving no evidence of proof of life.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her, and we will pay.
On Sunday, investigators searched what appeared to be a septic tank on Nancy Guthrie's property. They're also zeroing in on a critical 41-minute window during which her home doorbell camera and pacemaker app were disconnected the night she disappeared.
What stands out to you specifically regarding the timeline that's been presented by the FBI?
So 40 minutes being engaged in criminal activity is a lifetime. So the fact that they were there that long implies to me that they're very comfortable in the area.
They were
And
what?
the sheriff in a statement yesterday said they are now expanding their search, investigating.
Who was comfortable?
The kidnappers, because they were there for 40 minutes. The kidnappers will be in and out. Not for 40 minutes. That's too long.
That even gives me more suspicious that it was an inside job.
Yeah.
They were comfortable. See, they're giving us clues.
Yeah, so they were there for 40 minutes, which is a long time, and they knew she had a pacemaker. If you're just a random attacker, how would you know she had a pacemaker and to switch her pacemaker off?
How would you know how to switch that off? How would you know? I wouldn't have known that. Maybe the cameras, but
yeah, cameras would be obvious, but you wouldn't, unless you knew, you wouldn't know she had a pacemaker.
And even then, I wouldn't know how to work someone else's camera. I barely know how to work mine.
Yeah.
But you're right, Demon Dictator.
It had to be more of an inside job to know her medical history.
To know her medical history. To know that, you know, that can be traced or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I agree with you.
Will return back to the home behind me. The FBI has now operated a 24-hour command post here in Tucson. This as they continue to call on the public for help, Nate.
Jonathan, thank you. For more information, we are joined by Anna Schechter, Senior Coordinating Producer for CBS News' Crime and Public Safety Unit. Good morning, Anna. How are you doing?
Good morning.
So you saw that her speaking out to the public in her last video. What do you make of Savannah and her speaking to the public?
Well, this was a change in tactic. You saw her alone wearing makeup, going public, appearing as she usually does to her viewers, saying, we need everybody's help. She is no longer addressing the captors specifically. She has tried strategically, with the support of the FBI, to get them to start a negotiation for the release of her mother. Now she seems to have moved on to a phase 2, just asking the public, if you've seen anything, say something.
I think it's good she's speaking up, Anna, because I'm hoping somebody with a heart, somebody knows something.
Yeah.
I'm hoping somebody with a heart will crack, somebody will put pressure on someone else to please tell the truth or please help us in this case.
Watching on the breaking news.
According to what we're being told. What does that say? Where do you go from here?
Well, the FBI is saying exactly what you are. They're saying someone has that one piece of information that can help us bring Nancy Guthrie home. We need that person to share what they know. If you look at recent manhunts, Luigi Mangione, the Brown University shooter, It was members of the public stepping up that led to the crucial information that led police to the suspect.
So now we're in our second week. So where does the investigation go from here?
Well, now investigators, we've seen them, are going back over Nancy Guthrie's home. They're visiting family members again. They're re-interviewing people. On that first pass, did they miss anything? Now you see them at Nancy Guthrie's house on her roof, in the septic tank. They're also expanding the area of searching. So they're having to go back. Did they miss anything? That's where they're at right now.
And with all the Ring cameras that capture everything, does it surprise you that they've seen nothing, apparently, on the Ring cameras? Does that say anything?
It is really surprising, but you have to look at this area. It is so dark at night. Also, the type of camera that she had, maybe tech companies can recover the footage that was taped over, but that was a real hindrance in this investigation.
All right, Anna, thank you. And we want to share this with you again, as we've been doing. For any information about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, you can get in touch with the Pima County Sheriff's Department tip line at 520-882-7464.
Does it even seem like they're getting close?
You can reach out to the FBI at 1-800-CALL.
No, it's like it's just gone dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The other side of the Epstein story is the right.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to move on, and we will continue to follow that story. Okay? We will continue to follow that story. We're going to move on to Fergie, okay?
Okay.
Let's see what's going on with Fergie. That is so true, Maureen. She's 84. She doesn't look 84. She looks good.
I hope she's holding up okay.
Me too. Me too. Hello, Ku-Tang Clan. Yeah, sure. Give us your theory.
I'm sure it's going to be naughty.
I think I found the suspect. You found him? We analyzed him until 4 a.m. Okay. I know, right? I'm bracing myself.
It's going to be bad.
You need me to drop the link?
I don't think you want to have that person up on here.
Okay.
You can if you want, but I don't think that's going to be a good person.
Just tell us what you think, sweetheart, and we'll go from there. Now, let's go back over here to Fergie.
Former Duchess of York Sarah Ferguson has been labelled desperate and a degenerate in the latest instalment of the Epstein files, with emails between her and Jeffrey Epstein revealing she was regularly chasing money and attention from the convicted pedophile. The exchanges seemingly indicate that the disgraced ex-wife of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was very attached to Jeffrey Epstein, telling him he was her pillar. She also wrote, "I am at your service, just marry me. And this, when are you going to employ me? Also, and phew, you still love me." Here's more from journalist Andrew Pierce.
Oh,
5 days after that, her.
Oh my goodness, is that what she was doing? Sucking up?
Sucking up to him.
Desperate, Fergie. You're losing your brownie points. First of all, you introduced your kids to this essayer and you knew what he was about. You cannot tell me you didn't know what those girls was doing there. I believe she knew. If no one
Of course
else.
she did. She knew everything. She knew about him. She knew what her dirty husband was doing. She knew all of it. I don't understand why you would bring your kids into it, though, if you had to do that. But don't bring your kids into it, though. No.
She sure did.
Pervert was released from prison. Sarah Ferguson was taking her daughters, or offering to take her daughters, aged 19 and 17, to have lunch with a paedophile. You could not make up what self-respecting mother, let alone Sarah Ferguson, would think that was an appropriate way to behave.
Right.
Let's bring in veteran broadcaster Dee Dee Dunleavy. Dee Dee, there's no...
Very inappropriate, Fergie. Very inappropriate. Like, she admired him. She liked
Of course,
him.
he was a rich man. That's all she ever needed was money. As long as he had money, she'd do whatever it needed.
They said Fergie is running around depressed and desperate.
Coming back from this, she clearly knew of Epstein's depraved
Yeah.
activities, but
There's no coming back from this, Fergie. I used to be worried about you and concerned about you, and now you're in there with the scumadoo. You're in there with the scumadoo. That's not good.
They're all just nasty people, horrible people.
Marine said Fergie is a bottomless pit as far as money is concerned. Shame on her for sucking up to Perv for money. What a disgusting pig she is. I know, Marine. Like,
That's the best explanation of her so far.
that was a good yeah, that was good. A comment of the moment right there. A comment of the moment. Did I say that right?
Comment of the day.
Okay. It just sounded weird. Oh, I had some good sleep last night. I wasn't choking.
Oh, good.
I pluffed up my pillows.
Yeah.
It could be because of the weight on me too.
Yeah.
I gained a lot of weight. I'm like 50, 60 pounds overweight.
Yeah. And try and get I've got a special neck pillow. So because I got a really bad neck. And so it opens up your airways a little bit better.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can try and get a good neck pillow.
Thank you. That might help too.
I'll send you the one I got. I'll send it to you in WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for the nebulizer machine.
Yeah, it'll just clear you out. That's all it is.
she's still engaged with him and even took her daughters to visit him shortly after he finished serving his sentence. Before I get your input, let's have a look at a few more emails Fergie sent.
Let's be clear. After Epstein got out of prison, Andrew went to go see him.
Yeah.
After knowing why he went in and everything, it was sad that he was going to tell him the relationship was over, that he couldn't hang out with him anymore. So he needed to meet with him to do that.
Despite having not spoken to him for years. I hadn't spoken to him for years, and he suddenly decided he now needed to go and tell him. I now need to go and tell him that I can't speak to him, even though I've not spoken to him in many, many years.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him in years. It's been a long time. I just, as a gentleman, I needed to go and, tell him in person. Like they had a relationship or something going on. No, you didn't need to tell him like he was married to him. I needed to tell him in person. No, you liar, Doolittle, you. Okay, I will definitely talk about it with my doctor.
Yeah, just in case you get sleep apnea, just in case you need to get it looked at.
Yeah. Okay, I will. Because, I'm telling you, I was trying to catch my breath. Okay, let's see what they
Epstein, a convicted pedophile at this point. She wrote, "I have never been more touched by a friend's kindness than your compliment to me in front of my girls. And this, you are a legend. I really don't have the words to describe my love, gratitude for your generosity and kindness." And this one, not sure yet, just waiting for Eugenie to come back from a shagging weekend. I mean, why would you speak like that?
Why would you speak like that, Fergie, about your daughter? I found out what shaggy weekend means.
Oh, did you? I didn't know what it meant. It's an English word, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's not an American word at all. And I was like, what does that mean? And they explained it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, why would she say that? I'm going to be telling Kara how to practice no sex until you're married. You know, I'm going to tell it's special. It's a delicate flower. It, you know, don't be, oh, we're going to have that mama and daughter talk.
Don't be one of them girls.
More than one.
Don't be one of those girls.
Don't be one of those girls, baby. No. You want someone to treat you good and treat you with respect. And no. Mm-mm.
I remember when I was growing up, like I was a teenager, and he's her, you know, she's one of those types of women, one of them types.
Yeah.
We used to go, what does that mean? And they used to say, don't be like that, don't be like that, don't be like one of them.
Okay. Just
that to a man like Jeffrey Epstein and include your daughters, Dee Dee. I just do not understand
your daughter,
this.
like she
No, and it's all about the timing with these correspondence between the two of them, Rita. I think you can divide all the people involved or named in the Epstein files into two categories. Those who cut off contact with him after he was convicted and sent to jail in 2008 for child sex offences. But it very much appears that Sarah Ferguson continued to be in contact with him.
Like
2 days after he was released from prison, his assistant approached him.
Fergie.
Yeah, she's got no manners.
She doesn't belong.
She's got no manners, no sort of
decorum.
Yeah, no class.
Yeah, she's just kind of like all over the place. Yeah, I see that.
And asked would he pay for flights for Sarah and for the girls.
She don't know when to turn it off and turn it on.
To go to Miami. Now, we don't know that he did pay for them, but they certainly were.
This is what we would call ghetto.
You would say the same thing. No class, no decorum. Just
he's ghetto.
Not
Fergie's
nice.
the ghetto of the family.
Ghetto.
I know they wish they could pick the people that come in their family, but this is what
Well, they sort of can, but well, I think Meghan Markle got in, didn't she? But
that's the hell of a to me, the Queen allowing Meghan to be in the family was big.
Yeah.
Because
The
I
problem
would
is
say, hell no, it's too soon. If you want to go off and get married to her, that's fine. But what we're not going to do is
spend $32 million, £32 million on the damn thing. And they never said thank you to ungrateful, spoiled brats who couldn't even say thank you.
Ungrateful.
$32 million wedding.
Very ungrateful.
And not even a thank you.
Not even a thank you. Called it a spectacle. Talked about it. And then called the Queen of England racist.
Yeah.
After all that she had did and given you, and opened up her home, gave her gifts, treated her like she was one of them. God, this Mimi girl. Okay, I'm going to play her song in just a sec.
In Miami a couple of days later. So the implication would be that he was paying for her to travel. And then we see other emails after that where he's asking for his business contacts to be shown around Buckingham Palace by Sarah Ferguson, and would the girls be there and would the girls be able to show them around? It's almost like she's pimping them out, and it's actually gut-churning. It's sickening. And I think the monarchy are very worried about her at the moment because there are talks that she's speaking to a ghostwriter about writing some sort of a memoir about her time at Buckingham Palace.
And she's got nothing to lose now. Her reputation is in tatters with these revelations.
Did she say she's going to write a memoir of her time with the royal family? See, that's that stupid stuff. Because you wasn't in there for about a year and a half. That's not a lifetime.
No, she's talking about Fergie.
Okay.
No, she's talking about Fergie. Fergie's going to write a book.
Oh.
Fergie's, yeah. No one cares about Fergie. Write a book. No one cares. She's disgraced.
It's not going to be interesting. What's she going to talk about?
And she's
What
a proof.
she
She's
made?
another.
She can't.
She's another.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's another proven liar, and she's disgraced. Nobody's interested. She's blown it.
She just messed up.
Yeah, she blew it.
She just, Fergie, you just messed yourself up with this. With this. You have totally screwed yourself. Her reputation has gone back in the toilet. She doesn't look like the mom of the year, that's for sure.
No, she's been a disgrace from day one, Fergie. Same as Meghan, just a disgrace.
Queen Elizabeth had to give permission for Andrew to marry her. I think he was fourth in line at the time. My thing is, how did Meghan get past the gate? How did she get past the gate?
Problem is, I don't think they realised how bad she was.
Woo! I know. Who could have imagined? I didn't even know she was this bad.
Yeah, she put up a great show. She put on a great show. Till she got that ring on her finger, then that was it. Bang, her true colours came out.
Yeah, but even so, like, she did more and more. The Oprah show, the Netflix. I did not see that coming. All this.
No, nobody did.
She's worse than I thought she was gonna be. Put it
Yeah,
that way.
nobody did.
Yeah.
Analysis of what these emails reveal is very scathing. So you can imagine she'd be very motivated to put her version of events forward. Now, Jeffrey Epstein was not so complimentary about Fergie. In an email from September 2011, this obviously isn't to Fergie, Epstein sends a link to the Daily Mail's coverage of Princess Beatrice's graduation from university, and he writes, "Kick of F from Friday," F being Fergie, "not the prettiest sight." Gosh, it's pretty harsh. Sarah Ferguson has not responded to any of the emails or the claims thus far, Dee Dee. And there are fresh details about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's forced early exit from the Royal Lodge. We've now learned via the Daily Mail's Barbara Davies that the final decision to evict the former prince was made during an urgent meeting between King Charles and Prince William a week ago, following the latest Epstein document dump. And also, in recent weeks, Fergie has been smuggled back and forth from the Royal Lodge, lying down in the back seat of a car.
Look, I think Barbara Davies wrote that.
What does she mean she's been going back and forth? She's been staying and trying to get in there with Andrew. She ain't been able to break free, have she?
Yeah, and maybe she's helping to get her bits and pieces out.
Oh,
she used to live in there too, so she's probably got belongings in there. So she's sneaking back in.
Wow, but you think mentally, like, she's having a hard time, not that we care, but
no, well, she brought it on herself. Whose fault is it? It's her own.
Shame on you, Fergie.
She's just another. Her and Meghan Markle have been the same. They just make mistake after mistake. They don't learn.
Yeah.
They think they are above the law, above justice, above remand, and they keep making mistakes. And then bang, when it finally comes,
right,
punches them in the face. They can't understand it. Oh my God, they don't get it.
Her ill-fitting wedding dress. It was messed up, Marine. I heard that Harry said if the Queen didn't agree to the wedding, they'll claim it was racism.
Probably.
I'm sure it's because she's black. It's because you don't know her. Get to know her a little bit longer. That's what I would have told them. Get to know her. Date. Keep doing what y'all doing. I even would have gave her security. She needs security. Give her security. She would have pretended like she was pretended like she did before she married. Girl, Meghan is a fraud.
Yeah.
And
so is Fergie. Two peas in a pod, Fergie. Meghan.
Fergie, you done messed up. Your credibility is shot. I don't think you're going to be able to come back from the Epstein files, girlfriend.
That's
you
a
have
good point,
really done some really raunchy stuff. Your toe sucking days is coming to bite you in your butt.
That's a good point, Sunflower. I agree with you completely.
Wow, what's in there?
Could be pictures, could be diaries.
Debbie says, royals may have been relieved they finally had someone to take Harry off their hands. I agree. They probably feel freer now.
I think even Prince Harry was glad that someone was going to take him. He couldn't find anybody else. She was the only one that agreed.
He was
everybody else ran.
Ooh.
Andrew's exit from Windsor was fittingly embarrassing, and it was indeed. Apparently the last straw was he was seen riding around Windsor, literally on a high horse, waving to the public as though nothing had happened. So, and Charles was not having that. The King did not want him going on and interacting with the public in that way. Look, we have to remember that Andrew has never been charged or convicted, and he's always denied any wrongdoing, but the pictures and these emails would suggest otherwise. Some of them are quite stomach-churning, aren't they? And so it doesn't surprise me that Charles has done everything in his power. He's stripped Andrew of his titles. He does still have the title of Duke, which is something that Charles can take away from him. So there's really nothing more that Charles can do to punish him. It's up to the police now. And there is a new investigation. Police have confirmed. Another woman has come forward alleging that she was trafficked into the UK by Jeffrey Epstein. And she says she was even given a tour of the palace and tea the next day. So I think if anything...
A tour of the palace?
And tea? You were given a tour and had tea at the palace? Bloody hell.
Look at this shit. Andrew!
He's a bit of a sick man, Andrew. A little bit of a sick guy. Sick puppy.
Yeah, he's sick.
And it was indeed. Apparently the last straw was he was seen riding around Windsor, literally on a high horse, waving to the public as though nothing had happened. So
that's when he got in trouble, when he was on his horse recently, waving to the public like, hello, everyone.
Yeah. Hi, look at me. In my nice big house on a horse. What are you going to do about it?
Looking like this, smiling.
Yeah. And King Charles and William went, get him out. Get him out.
Okay, I'm kicking you out now. Wow, I get some weird people.
Yeah, you do.
Andrew, what was you doing on that horse, riding up and down the road, pretending like you just didn't get into some trouble? He is tone deaf. Stay in the house. Stay out of sight. You're exiled. So what did they have to do? Move him after that?
Yeah, they got him out in like the middle of the night or something like that. Got him out of Royal Lodge. Well, there's two different stories. One was he was on his horse waving and it was inappropriate and they got him out straight away. But there was another story that there was more people coming through more evidence, and they took him out and got him onto Crown property land where he may or may not be able to be arrested. So it depends what story you listen to.
Oh. That's what she was just saying too.
And Charles was not having that. The king did not want him going on and interacting
Look
with
at this. What is this? What is you doing down there? This doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. And I think, and I said this before, thank God that girl has got some boobage. Because if that girl was flat as a pancake, that would look 100 times worse. Because she's actually very small.
She barely got any boobies.
Yeah, because she's very small and thin. And if she was flat as a pancake, that would look 10 times worse.
Wow.
I mean,
it looks so bad, Andrew.
Bad, but that you could, if she was flat as a pancake, she could have been mistaken for something a lot younger.
Wow. He was just having himself a hondiggy old good time.
Yep.
Taking pictures, looking in the camera. Wow, Andrew, you're really a disgrace. Hopefully Lily get the hell out of there.
I feel sorry for them kids. I really do. What a mess.
Yeah. I'd rather for a nanny to raise me.
I just hope that they end up back in England under the watch of the royal family somehow.
Oh wow, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make them a normal life?
Yeah.
public in that way. Look, we have to remember that Andrew has never been charged or convicted, and he's always denied any wrongdoing. But
snap a crackle doolittle. I never seen this picture. Is this new?
They all came out at the same time, these
I haven't
ones.
seen this picture. Nice touching her.
God knows what was going on.
Oh my God. What's with the camera?
Exactly. Like, I don't know. He's got no socks or shoes on. It all looks a bit nasty.
Oh, wow. Andrew need his ASS whooped. You have done it, Andrew. Get your in the house, get off this horse and get somewhere and sit down. Yep, before you go to jail.
Well, hopefully he will one day. If he deserves it, he should.
Wow.
There should be no reason why he should get any sort of special treatment being a member of the royal family.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised that Congress call him down to have a little combo. He's all up in it.
Oh, he's not going to go anywhere near the state.
Showing pictures. I wonder what other pictures they got that they're not showing. You know, of
It'll
other
come
people.
out. It will come out, I tell you, in time.
He is the scapegoat too.
No, I don't think he's a scapegoat. I don't think he's a scapegoat. He has done these things.
Okay. He's done them.
Yeah.
You did do them.
I understand that he's been the only one that's been held publicly accountable. Well, there's other people who've done the same, if not worse, who are not. But
that's what I'm saying. Show all the pictures.
But yeah, he was the public. I believe he was the one who. Yeah, he probably is the same thing. That he was the one who was held up to be publicly shamed, because in theory he wasn't going to lose everything, but he did lose everything.
Yeah, he did.
He was a member of the royal family. Nothing was going to happen to him, but sadly it did. King Charles and William acted correctly, and they stripped him of everything.
Yeah, they took him. They took it, and they should have. Someone said they waited too late.
Well, not really. It's happened to him now.
It's happening to him now. The consequences.
As long as he's still alive and he's dealing with the consequences, it's not too late. If he passed away and they dealt with it, then it would have been too late.
Right.
But yes, I mean, this all should have been stopped many years before. But who was going to stop it? They're all intertwined with each other. There was no one there to stop it.
I agree, Debbie. I don't think Meghan spends that much time with her kids as she portrays herself. I don't know. I'm not in their house. Shame on you, Andrew. I didn't see this photo. Now I'm looking at a different photo, a different side of you on your knees, touching a young lady. Jesus.
Emails would suggest otherwise. Some of them are quite stomach churning, aren't they? And so it doesn't surprise me that Charles has done everything in his power.
This him lying. Don't believe nothing he says anymore.
He stripped Andrew of his titles. He does still have the title of Duke, which is something that Charles can take away from him.
He doesn't have Duke. He does not have
I thought they took that away from him too. They took all of it. He's just Andrew went back with her.
She is. You are misinformed, Didi. Yeah.
So there's really nothing more that Charles can do to punish him. It's up to the police now. And there is a new investigation. Police have confirmed another woman has come forward alleging that she was trafficked into the UK by Jeffrey Epstein. And she says she was even given a tour of the palace and tea the next day. So I think if anything further, any more punishment is to come Andrew's way, it's going to
They gave her a tour of the palace.
And she had afternoon tea, blimey.
And afternoon tea. Wow.
have to come via the police investigation.
Didi Dunleavy, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Oh, that was great.
Unbelievable. The other side of the Epstein story is
Great input, information coming out of that. Fergie is comes out looking desperate in those emails, and worse than desperate, just
Former Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, has been labelled desperate and a degenerate.
Okay, let's see what we got and what time is it? Where are we? Oh, 1:23. We're doing good. Let's continue. We're going to move on. We're going to go to William and Charles knew about Andrew. What do we know about that? We already discussed that earlier. I wanted to know, how much do they know?
I think Charles knows. Charles will know more than William. I think William will only probably understand it all now because he's just too young. But
right,
I'm sure Charles and the Queen and Prince Philip, they knew a long, long, long time what was going on.
I thought Duke was removed because not only did the Duke was removed, everybody is now not calling him the Duke anymore. That would mean he would still be the Duke of York.
York, yeah. I don't think he kept it. I'm not sure. I don't think he did.
Yeah, I thought he gave it. Oh, Maureen said that Lady C said that they can't take his dukedom. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up because I swear to God, they took.
Google it now. Let me Google it. I'm here.
Okay. Demon Dictator is Googling it.
Unbelievable. The other side of the Epstein story is the royal one across to Los Angeles, California, and say a very good morning to the legend that is.
King said he stands ready to support police in Andrew's investigation. Oh, wow.
Good.
Andrew's going down. You done slipped up, and now you're going to be investigated because you are on the floor with these women. These girls, excuse me, let me be clear. These girls. Sicko.
Okay, I've got the answer. As of late 2025 into 2026, Prince Andrew is no longer using the title of Duke of York. Following intense pressure and new allegations, the King initiated a formal process in October 2025 to remove this and other titles, including Earl of Inverness, Baron Killy, and his HOH style, with Andrew becoming simply known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. So he's lost it.
He lost it. He removed it. They removed it.
Yeah, formal process by November 2025. The King had officially initiated a process to remove these titles by letter patent. Yeah, so they've gone. We were correct.
Yeah, they're gone. Whether he's using them, not using them, they're gone. The Duke is gone. He is no longer the Duke, which is something.
They were removed by letters patent.
Yeah, Leslie. Andrew would be the first royal to be held accountable for anything really in modern times. Uncle Dickie Mountbatten, Charles, and Jimmy Savile. Oh, Charles and the artist who did his red portrait. What?
Yeah, I agree with you, Debbie.
Jimmy Savile, whatever that sounds like, bad news. His relationship with Charles.
Mm. But he was friends with a lot of people who did a lot of bad things. It doesn't mean he did it with them.
Exactly. You don't see him on the floor taking pictures.
Is that Jimmy Savile? Everybody knew. The police, the politicians, everybody knew who he was. It was a time when these people were all over the place. You know, part of the BBC. People say the BBC is still hiding these people. We had one of the news reporters recently who was a PDF file, and they were still covering him up. So it doesn't mean, yes, he was friends with a lot of these people, but it doesn't mean that he knew that he had a power to stop it, is what I'm trying to say. You know, these people were unstoppable.
They're unstoppable.
That doesn't make it okay, but it
doesn't make it okay.
It didn't mean that he probably knew, everybody knew, but it doesn't mean that he was participating in it or he approved of their actions. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Kinsey Schofield, hello, darling.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Oh, God,
Happy Valentine's Day.
What? Oh, thank you. Could you Matt Vickers, who's with us, is single and he's not getting any Valentine's action at all. Could you maybe send Matty a kiss?
Absolutely. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Hello.
Look, he's absolutely hamstrung. He doesn't know what to say. I love it. Kinsey, we spoke yesterday morning at 6:45. At that point, we were both, I think, saying that the royal family might well come under pressure to say something, that this was engulfing them, and we're both royalists. At about 9 o'clock, ahead of his visit to Riyadh, the Prince and Princess of Wales office announced that they were thinking of the victims. We thought that might later on, you'd finish, but we were wondering on the show later on whether that might bounce the King and Buckingham Palace into more. And last night it happened. King Charles yesterday evening said he stands ready to support any police investigation into his disgraced brother Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Thames Valley Police are assessing emails that Andrew shared with Epstein whilst he was a trade envoy. And the King has made it clear in words and through unprecedented actions his profound concern at the allegations, while the specific claims are for Mr. Mountbatten Windsor to address. If we as a palace are approached by Thames Valley Police, we stand ready to support them as you would expect. That's pretty seismic, isn't it?
Well, I have to ask your opinion here, because we kind of went head to head yesterday when I said I felt like they had done enough in November of 2025, and you disagreed with me. You said that was not what the tone was in the UK, and you felt that there needed to be some stronger support for the victims. You felt like never complain, never explain was not the appropriate route here. And so do you feel good about what you've seen over the last 24 hours? Is it enough for you? Or do you need to hear more from the royal family? Because I'm also seeing complaints that this looks like the royal family just trying to, a PR opportunity for the royal family.
No, this is not a PR moment. I'm not getting that. Why would this be a PR moment? This is real stuff going on. These are real charges, real investigations, real deal things that's going on. Why would it be a PR moment? And I'm sure it's not feeling good for the king to have to turn his brother in, but he is fully, like he said, ready to turn him in and do whatever it takes. It looks like he might be getting an investigation on him.
Good.
Crisis PR move by.
Oh, Andrew, you in trouble.
Full punishment, if so. He really does.
Yeah. Shame.
The royal family, and not something that is sincere.
It's a really great question. The thing is, the royal family, I think we talked yesterday about the Queen when Diana sadly died, and the Queen stuck at Balmoral with the grandchildren, didn't come down. And eventually the feeling in the country was, you got to come and speak. We need to hear from our monarch. I feel the same, perhaps not with the same intensity. I think it's different this time. I think William jumped quickly. I think his father had to follow suit. The critics will say, this is a PR exercise. Let's just remember the reason this story's moved as well, Kins, is that actually, we're now talking about a potential member of the royal family having passed trade secrets to the world's most notorious paedophile. And if Peter Mandelson, the ex-US ambassador, seems to be at the centre of everything politically here, if he's going to face the full wrath of the law as he should, then I believe Andrew Mountbatten Windsor should. The problem that the royal family might have, and you know me, I repeat, and I say every time a royalist, is the one question that everybody keeps saying to me is this: so how long have they covered up for the problem that is Andrew? How long have they known the depth of what he did? Are you telling me that courtiers, security?
They didn't know. Why would the courtiers know?
Because they were bringing these people in secretly. So if Paul Page, who was Paul Page is one of his bodyguards, former bodyguard, who he's been on Sean Atwood and a couple of people. He was saying that they used to sneak in ladies of the night, and Ghislaine Maxwell, she was snuck in secretly. And so, yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was going on very openly.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So a lot of people did know what was going on in quiet.
Who didn't know? Us?
It was only us lot that didn't know. Everybody else did. But again, and I'm not under any circumstances justifying it. Those were the times, It wasn't. You didn't have social media, and that was everything is captured on your telephone, your phone, and then you whack it on straight onto social media. That wasn't the time. A lot of things were very secret, and certain behaviour was considered normal. It was a very different time. So, today, if he's found out that it has been illegal and he's done wrong, he should pay for it.
Yeah. He should.
I remember when I first started work, I started work at 16 once I finished school, and, harassment and, I remember someone unstrapped my bra once in a meeting room. They all thought it was funny. Today, you wouldn't be able to do that, but You know, times have changed a lot.
Wow. Yeah. Shame on him.
Yeah.
Security officers, close protection security officials, did they know about girls being trafficked by Epstein to Buckingham Palace? Nobody's blaming the Queen, but I do think, sadly, I think this is a big move, but I'm not sure what the British public in their entirety will say. Do they want more? Do they want the royal family to say, yes, we've been shielding this guy? I think the King's an honest man and he wants to deal with it, but I think the pressure will stay there. Will this alleviate it a little bit? Hopefully.
Well, I think that there will be a lot of questions asked about why the British government has blocked Andrew Lowney's pursuits of some records involving Andrew's time when he was Britain's trade envoy. They said that it wasn't of public interest and it wasn't, that's why they didn't share these schedules. And he asked for, as far as I can understand, as far as I know, it's like flight logs. And he just wants to know who he met with and when and why they were meeting. And that was blocked. So I think that the British government, I'm not saying that anyone protected Andrew, but perhaps they should reassess that decision not to give Andrew Lowney those documents.
I think Andrew Lowney, I agree with you. I think Andrew Lowney has been vociferous. When he came out and was talking in his book, The Fall of the House of York, and he was denied this, he was pilloried. He was absolutely pilloried about what he said about the ex-Duke of York. It's turned out that he's absolutely spot on. I just feel a bit like the political scenario here. I just don't think it's going to go away. I don't know if there's anything that can save Keir Starmer, hopefully not. And I don't think there's anything at this moment that the royal family, I couldn't say if you definitively do that, King Charles, that'll take it away. I think this is such an appalling story.
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. It's just not. It's just the story is not going anywhere. It is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, and it just seems to be getting worse. It just seems to be getting worse day by day.
And what is it doing to the royals? The reason why I ask is because I just wonder, is it affecting them?
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it would. Any sort of, negative press or scandals of whether the royal family is horrendous. You look at the one in Norway, the Norwegian royal family, where the crown prince's stepson has now been in court in trial of being accused of horrendous essays and things.
Oh,
it has a terrible impact because, like so the public will sit there and say, how much did they know and why didn't they stop it? But it makes them all look, it tars them all with the same brush, if you like, because they would have known. But at the same time, people like Prince William and Catherine, you can't tar them with a brush because they just didn't know. It's King Charles would have known, the Queen would have known, Prince Philip would have known, Edward probably would have known. They all would have known, but Prince William probably didn't. So you can't tar him with that brush. But yeah, it has a terrible negative impact on all of them.
Wow. Yeah, and it's getting hotter. It's just it's not cooling off anytime soon.
No.
It goes so deeply. And I didn't know if I asked you this yesterday, but this Epstein creature, you think the Crown Princess of Norway had sent him letters saying, I love you. Prime ministers, dukes, members of royal families, the most successful business people in the world, Bill Gates. It is pictures on his island of Mick Jagger, Sir Richard Branson. I can't get over how this guy's tentacles, how his power started or where it came from. Was he an agent for the Russians? I don't know. It's just the most extraordinary story that will not go away. But from the royal family's point of view, I think people need to know how long they've been sweeping this under the carpet. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I think that you and I do agree that King Charles did not know the extent of how horrible this was going to get. No. Otherwise, I think that Andrew would have been gone after the death of Queen Elizabeth, very quickly after she passed away. And so I think he's as mortified as we are. I do think deep down this is a man that has a good heart, and when we talk about his past transgressions,
There's another picture. Here's a whole nother picture. Who is those people in the background?
Yeah, that's all Epstein and Ghislaine and all those nasty people.
Wow. They were best friends.
Yeah.
Shame, shame, shame on you, Andrew.
It was with one woman who he married who is now Queen Camilla. So I do want to defend him in this department. I especially think Prince William wasn't aware of some of the things that he's accused of doing. And, you know, it's just kind of the comfort with Epstein. It's vulgar. It's, you know, you are who you associate with. And they were just way too comfortable with each other.
I completely agree. I also want to talk about...
They were like buddies, best friends. They were like, I needed to call him and I needed to meet with him and discuss our friendship.
Ghislaine Maxwell. This is her yesterday, ahead of at a congressional disposition yesterday. She utterly refused to answer the question. Pleaded the fifth. Have a watch.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly declare and affirm, under the penalty of perjury, that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Ms. Maxwell, were you a close friend and confidant of Jeffrey Epstein? I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions. My habeas petition is pending in the Southern District of New York. I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the US Constitution.
Kinsey, can I ask you a question? I interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell. I have no sympathy for her. I believe that she was part of this in a massive way. She's the only person in jail. When you look at the names of people implicated, I hope they go after everybody when the dust settles, because I'm not sticking up for Ghislaine Maxwell, but it does seem that she's the only one in prison right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and I think that was their solution to try to make this go away quickly, throw her in the slammer. But the House Oversight Chairman, James Comer, did say that her refusal was deeply disappointing. He said that the committee had planned to question her about the crimes committed alongside Jeffrey Epstein, whether others were involved. They wanted to ask her about some of the people, the names we've seen released throughout these files. And according to her attorney, Maxwell says there is a straightforward path to hearing her side of the story, clemency from President Trump. And her attorney argued that only then would she be willing to speak fully and honestly. But I will say what I thought was interesting was her attorney claimed that both President Trump and President Clinton are...
Did she say clemency?
Yeah.
So she wants to get out and then she'll tell the story.
Yeah.
She's evil.
Are innocent of any wrongdoing and suggested Maxwell alone could explain why if granted clemency. So dangling a little carrot there. But for now, she remains silent, survivors remain waiting, and Congress is left without answers.
It's not going away, is it? We thank you so much. I'll lock in with you tomorrow morning. But listen, Kinsey, thank you.
All right. Interesting. What time is it? Oh, we're still doing good, aren't we?
Yeah. Heather asked me to pop over if you want to come over with me. Or
you can go?
Or you can come over with me if you
want. Seen her in a while.
Sorry, do you want to come over?
You should, yes. Ask her.
She won't care.
No.
If you come over.
Okay, yeah. What time are you going?
I'll go whenever if you want to go now. It's up to you.
Live?
She's on now, yeah.
Okay, guys, let's shut it down, I guess, and come back tomorrow.
Anybody wants to come over to Heather's? Me and Letitia are going to go over to Heather's.
I'm going to stay about 30, 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you lovely people go. Let me see. Wait, before we go. I'll let you go, though, Demon Dictator, and I'll meet you over there.
Okay. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay. I wanted to show... Before we go, don't leave yet, guys. Okay, Now, we already know that Meghan did not have Harry with her. So now there's rumors that they've broken up. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Put a 1 in the chat. Painful to watch Prince Harry tries Meghan Markle's new chocolate. I'm going to show you that, guys, that real quick. The chocolate Instagram picture, photo of Meghan and her chocolate. They're so unpredictable. I haven't gotten my strawberry jam yet. I don't see it. What the? Why is this chocolate and raspberry by this purse? And I mean, it's just odd. This is odd. M? Oh, that's pretty. Don't get it though. There was this photo of Harry, a photo of Harry going to get candy from her. Okay, so you guys do want to see it. Okay. Let's do it to it. Who's predictable? Who did I say was predictable? Yes, Harry and Meghan. She had took him some candy to try, and he grabs the candy, and then I might have it. I might have that video. Yeah, here it is.
In their silence after this series of fresh bombshell revelations about Andrew from the newly released Epstein files, Prince William and Princess Catherine issued a 2-line statement saying, "I can confirm the Prince and Princess have been deeply concerned by the continuing revelations." This is coming from a spokesperson for the royal couple. Continued to say their thoughts remain focused on the victims. What did you make of that statement?
I'm on the blacklist.
Because that's been missing in my book from a lot of the royal narrative. But you find, I think, with Catherine and William, they always go straight to the victim line, which is what people want to hear. They want to see some sympathy and empathy for people who were trafficked by Epstein or caught up in his terrible, toxic world. Interesting they don't mention Andrew by name, though. It's just sort of talking around the issue, and they have to address it publicly because they're the next in line, the next king and queen.
Absolutely.
So, and they want this short off and not affecting their reign when they're actually at Buckingham Palace. So I think all power to them for actually mentioning it. Would not have been easy, but I do feel it's kind of an ongoing strategy from William, communication strategy to really position them as the new generation of monarchs as well, away from the bad old days where Andrew could run amok and basically do what he wanted.
Yeah, his days are coming to an end.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Meghan Markle. She's been busy promoting her latest as ever product, that is chocolate, and she's featured, would you believe it, her husband Harry on Instagram trying it out. Let's take a look.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh. Yes, please.
White chocolate.
Thank you. Love you.
What a surprise. I mean, are we shocked?
Who cares?
We're filming Harry trying out her latest product.
Who cares? Predictable, like I said. So I got my box.
He's the king's son, and he's gone from royal duties to product demos. It's basically an infomercial in their luxury home, isn't it? I mean, what's next? As ever steak nights, maybe? I don't know, but clearly he's now been reduced to a bit part in her performance, which I I'm very cynical about Meghan, as you know, but I suspect that's always been the plan, that she is the main event and he's like the backup dancer, in a way.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, you can see it every time. I think she's getting slammed for this. I've seen
I
plenty
hope
of comments, a
you
lot of
do. I'm
people
gonna
calling
be
it cringe.
blacklisted.
But
It's cringe.
it's no surprise at all. Cringe from Harry too. I'm sorry. It's painful to watch. Finally, I want to get your thoughts on the Super Bowl.
Yes.
The
New
halftime
romance.
show is dividing America. And yes, as you say, new romance. We've seen this new romance be made official. Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton, they hard launched their relationship at the stadium, Louise.
Well, that was exciting, wasn't it, to see that? But Kim doesn't do the subtle romance reveals, does she? There's always a strategy behind it. I mean, beautiful hair and makeup, photographed by her photographer before she actually entered the stadium, etc. Look, Lewis Hamilton.
Millions of Super Bowl fans ditched the official halftime show, which featured
Open with care. Okay, this is here. Let me go check on my toes. Oh, I almost burnt it. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm getting my toes together. I will let you guys. Okay. I am getting the jam together. Let's go back to this. I don't want you guys just sitting here.
a Spanish-only performance from anti-Trumper Bad Bunny. Millions, Kinsey, opted for Turning Point USA's halftime show, headlined by Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Bryce, and Gabby Barrett. How many were watching this alternative halftime show, Kinsey?
Yeah, I mean, the NFL really split fans with the Bad Bunny. I mean, a lot of viewers responded by simply turning off NBC. Others took to X to complain. The tweets are hysterical. Meanwhile, Turning Point USA's alternative halftime show pulled in a massive audience. At peak, I saw 6.1 million viewers watching YouTube while I was watching it. I thought Lee Bryce was incredible. President Trump also weighed in saying the Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever.
Whatever.
It will be fascinating to see in the coming days, or even probably this time tomorrow, just what that total is on Turning Point's alternative halftime show, because a lot of people won't watch that live. They know they can go back and see that at any time. So we'll see all the numbers. But if you've got 6 million live streaming it, that's a huge number. Let's get back to the royals. Meghan Markle went to the annual 15% pledge fundraising gala last night solo. She reportedly turned heads with her outfit, enormous black velvet train over a pink dress. That looks a white dress to me, but apparently it's pink. Kinsey, where was Prince Harry?
You know, Rita, I don't know. Maybe it was 2-for-1 blunt night at the local Montecito dispensary. My question is, where's Meghan Markle's mom? If you're not going to bring your man, at least let your mom feel glam. Her running around town alone does not dispel rumors that Hollywood can't stand her and she's running out of friends. But Harry has become the spare in his own marriage. And every time Meghan is beaming on the red carpet for the evil press that makes her life so hard, according to Harry, we're reminded of that.
He's a spare.
He's become the spare in his own marriage. That is just a brilliant line there, Kinsey.
No, that was
now to the
good.
ongoing Beckham saga. Romeo Beckham has debuted a new family tattoo across the back of his neck.
Wow. Who? What? Beckham? We'll get back to that. Let's get to the jam. Okay, here it is, guys. I got my strawberry jam from Meghan. Anyway. Well, they wrapped it differently this time. Strawberry spread. Let's hope for the best, guys. Okay? This is the strawberry. as ever strawberry. I know. It's gonna be really exciting. So I got my toast. I put some butter on it. Here's my toast. It smells like strawberry. It's spready. It's not like strawberry jelly. It's real watery. Well, not it's a little thick, but I'm trying not to spill it. God, something tells me I'm gonna regret this. Okay, here we go. Da, 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 da. I don't know what the hell she keep putting in these jams. It's not. Oh my God, it's good. It's not. It's on the same lines as the raspberry, but it's not as tart as the raspberry. But as far as flavor and taste is concerned, it's not something I would want to do again. Do I want to wake up every morning and make a strawberry jam sandwich? No. Toast? No. It's got a tartness to it. All right. Pain. All right, guys, meet me over there at Heather's house, okay? Okay, let me try without the butter. It's just like the raspberry, but strawberry. It's not as tart. She needs to get out the kitchen. I've tried every one of them, and I don't like any of them. I'm gonna let them know I don't like this either. God, I hate to complain, so maybe I'll just keep it. But it's not good. Maybe it's better on ice cream. See, I don't know because it's so tart, CC. It's not as thick as jelly, but it's thicker than the raspberry. I think she made it thicker. But it's like a spread. Maybe I should get some English muffins. And that'll be better, the English muffins. Guys. Yeah. It's like a puree. It's not good. It's not. I wouldn't recommend it. And it's not because I don't care for her, but that has nothing to do with her product. I gave it a try, and each product that I bought is not worth it. It's not worth this. This is not some delicacy. And putting it in everything, it almost tastes like the raspberry, but it's not as tart as the raspberry. Okay, it's getting better. Hold on, let me try it without the toast. This was $17 for 7 ounces, CC, and the store-bought is way better. The store-bought is way better. Hi, Cassandra. Okay, guys, meet me over there because I'll probably do the taste test again over there at Heather's. And I'll probably be over there for about 30 minutes. So come join us, okay? Mwah. See you soon. Yes, Sunflower, you do not have to. Yeah, don't buy this. I don't recommend it. All right.